the sobering adjectives debased and detrimental to describe the goings-on of the Babylon Café. During weekly meetings of Ballinacroagh's Bible study group, held conveniently downstairs in the religious relics shop, Dervla Quigley was quick to remind her fellow members of the dangers of the Eastern-flavored eatery. "Let's not forget who was behind Thomas Maguire's tragic accident," she would hiss, turning a portentous eye on the assembly of cobwebbed spinsters and whiskery matrons. "Drove the poor man to near ruin," Dervla would say, referring to the colossal heart attack that had struck Thomas dead for a whole minute in the café. As the proud proprietor of Ballinacroagh's 3 smoky pubs, a title that also qualified him as its most successful businessman, Thomas Maguire had kept a tight rein on the village's thin and often precarious economy. A workhorse of boundless stamina, he was rarely seen indulging in the drunken frivolities that passed as crack or entertainment in the small country town. But for the heated caresses of his rotund wife Cecilia, who enjoyed a nymphomania of epic proportions, Thomas had been a man devoted to the humorless world of stock-taking, profit margins, and the legalized peddling of Ireland's favorite imbibed brew, thick, luscious stout. There were few who could have guessed then the fanciful desires that lurked in the bar owner's congested heart. Not even Dervla Quigley, Ballinacroagh's most scrupulous rumor-monger, had gathered that Thomas would have given up ownership of his 3 pubs, 2 spirit shops, and the Wilton Inn on Main Mall for the chance to open his very own neon-faceted, disco-themed nightclub. Thomas Maguire's discotheque dream came to light one stormy afternoon, the weekend of the 1986 Patrician Day dance. The July festival, commemorating St. Patrick's spirited Lenten fast, also marked the 4th month since the Babylon Café had opened its bright red door for business. Stealing the awakened appetites of the Wilton Inn's regular lunch crowd was reason enough for Thomas to unleash his mounting fury, but the fact that the café stood on the grounds where he had planned to open his long-awaited mirror-balled nightclub, Polyester Patties, sparked what could only be regarded as a moment of certified insanity. He broke into the Babylon Café. There, inside its warm and quiet kitchen, he met his fate. Bubbling away on the kitchen range a vast green aga stove that had lived through 4 wars, civil or otherwise, and a revolutionary uprising of patriots alike, was a pot of shimmering pomegranate soup. From its open lid escaped a perfume so erotic and tantalizing that, like the bewitching Salome, it revealed false prophets with every veiled motion. The sweet, languid smell of cooking pomegranates clasped itself around Thomas Maguire's hardened heart and did not let go until it had smothered not only his stale breath, but the decades of tyranny the drinks baron had imposed on Ballinacroagh's unwitting inhabitants. Though Thomas survived the heart attack, saved at the last minute by the café's owners, he never returned to the run of his alcohol empire. The greater part of the publican's days was now spent sitting in a lumpy chair. He resurfaced in public during Christmas and Easter masses, a pale and withered doppelganger of his former self. Yes, thought Dervla, things had definitely changed since those 3 foreign women moved into town. Just then, the red door across the street swung open. Dervla quickly disappeared behind her pastel chintz curtains, only to reemerge peeping a moment later. The oldest of the 3, the one who made all the food, had just stepped out onto the damp sidewalk. Dervla watched, following the dark-haired woman as she knelt to stop the café door open. The heavy door would shut easily were it not for the help of a stopper, which the woman was now securing at its corner. The door stopper was none other than a crenellated iron, the same sort Dervla's mother had used to wrinkle out her father's Sunday poplin, heating it up on the turf stove that dominated.